Hey, what's up? You're watching The Pitch. This is the 25th episode of The Pitch with Fox, B-Doms, and Mitch. As always, I'm your host, John Fox, alongside here with B-Doms and Mitch Sabatelli.
B-Dom's back this week.
Yep. Yes, he is. Now, first of all, before any top stories, we just want to give a shout out to the Wakefield hockey team. A great run.
Yeah, they made it to the finals. They played in the Garden in Boston, and unfortunately they lost.
Anytime you're playing in the Garden, that deserves a shout out.
That's just awesome.
That's
they lost 3-2 to what was it, St. Mary's or whatever.
They only had like 5 seniors playing on that team, 12 sophomores. They put up a good fight, 7th seed.
Yeah.
Solid run.
All right, top stories. Madness of March, we're going to talk about right now.
Yeah.
And the college hoops tournament now.
March Madness.
Yes. Some major action going down here, Mitch. Now, what's been the biggest shock throughout the first 2 rounds?
Well, Butler again. You know, they did it last year. They got all the way to the finals, played Duke, came up a little short. But this year, led by Matt Howard, the power forward, and Shelvin Mack, the guard, they're putting up some solid numbers. Had a great run against Pittsburgh. Great ending to the game right there. And Matt Howard made a big free throw at the end of the game. And Shelvin Mack, 30 points. Howard, 18 points. And, you know, Howard is a big power forward guy who can shoot a lot of threes. I think he's very versatile. Leaning on the big guys right there. I like what Butler's doing. I don't think they can get all the way to the finals again this year. But, you know, it's a good showing right now. I think that's my number one upset so far.
All right, now, who are some players to keep your eyes on for the rest of the tournament?
I got a few players right here. Derek Williams from Arizona. Kyrie Irving, and Jared Sullinger. I think Jared Sullinger from Ohio State. I think he's a big beast down there. I like what he's doing for Ohio State right now, and I think Jared Sullinger can make a name for himself this tournament. You like Sullinger too, right?
Yeah, I really like him a lot. But
yeah, Ohio State.
Yeah.
All right, now we'll get
I
everyone.
think we'll get into that. But.
Yeah.
Yes. Who do you guys think are going to the Final Four? And who do you think has the potential to take it?
Everybody has a bracket. I'm going on a limb. I'm saying BYU, even without Davies. I still think Jimmer Fredette, put him up major numbers from them, carry him the whole season. They're going to face Duke in the finals. I also like Notre Dame and Ohio State in the finals, but I think Duke, I'm a big Duke fan. I think Duke's facing Brigham Young. I like Duke to take it again, second straight year.
Yeah, I'm going Ohio State with Sullinger and Lady.
Lady, yeah.
I like that combo there. So
they're a solid one, too.
I can see them in Duke.
Yeah, Duke.
I mean, you can't really count Duke out. But.
Yeah. I mean, they got the experience there, but, yeah, I like the Ohio State pick. Sullinger's looking real good, and, number 1 seed. Usually, I mean, the good thing about this year is usually you have those number 1 seeds, like the Kansases, the Dukes, the Kentuckys, that are just going to destroy the tournament. I mean, this is wide open, 1 through 8. Anybody in 1 through 8 seeds can basically win this. It's not that true powerhouse this year. I really like this year. You see Butler taking down Pitt. You see Louisville going down already to Morehead State. Like, what's Morehead State, you know? But any team can win it this year. I think
Morehead.
Anybody can win this year. Like I said, all the teams that we mentioned so far. So it's a good tournament.
It seems to me that we're becoming a kind of comical sports show now. But anyways, last, because we're primarily a pro sports show, which players do you see potentially going number 1 this year?
I see a couple of people. Harrison Barnes from UNC. I think he's a solid player. Derek Williams, like I mentioned. Perry Jones, on Baylor, who didn't make the tournament. He has probably the best skill set. Baylor didn't use him to his best skills that he has, but I think he can really translate his game to the NBA. I like what Perry Jones is doing. And like I said, Harrison Barnes, also Enes Kanter, and also Kyrie Irving, the Duke point guard, who's finally back. He was hurt at the beginning of the season. I like him back at Duke. He's making a name for himself. He reminds me a lot of Chris Paul. I like Kyrie Irving, too.
Yeah, you know more about college basketball than I do, so I'll just agree with you on that.
Yeah.
All right, now moving on, we'll continue covering the tournament for the next few weeks, but moving on to other top stories. Brian Wilson, the postseason hero, could be sidelined for the beginning of the season. Now, thoughts on this, guys?
Yeah, well,
Brian should take it, since he hasn't done much talking.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a huge blow because, he's
a psycho, but he's good.
He's Brian Wilson. I don't know how
Wilson.
you really describe him. So, I mean, anytime someone like this goes down, you got to worry a little bit. But
Yeah.
as long as he's there for the playoffs, I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, I think Wilson emerged as a team leader for that team last year, and losing him, even though it's a couple of games, that can put them in a downfall. I mean, they're both putting Masol last year. I mean, they can maybe move Sergio Romo up to close the spot, but losing Wilson's going to hurt. But I think that starting pitching, you don't really need too much bullpen with that. So as soon as they can get Wilson back, I think they're another powerhouse back in the NL West.
All right, now moving on. Kevin Love's ridiculous double streak has finally snapped. How many games was that?
Yeah, 53.
Yeah,
Solid stuff.
that was incredible.
Yeah, that was solid stuff.
And you didn't even hear about it until he approached 50.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know this was going on until he was like right around 50, like 48,
Yeah,
49.
just like him, it's a very underrated streak. Just like he's a very underrated player. I think Kevin Love can turn into a top 5 player in this game easily. I think a lot of it has to do with how bad the Timberwolves are, who, by the way, aren't making the playoffs. But yeah, Kevin Love, he has the whole floor open to him. I think they're just showcasing him to show how great he is. A lot of rebounds, opens it up for a lot of rebounds underneath the hoop. He has a lot of range there. He's a really good under the basket guy. Really good low scorer, power forward in this league. And I think he was going to be very good for some time. So that streak, very good. It could happen again with him.
I mean, he's a great player. I can see him doing more than this.
Yeah.
Averaging a double maybe or whatever.
Yeah.
For like his whole career. So.
Yeah, I see him possibly being like that Kevin Garnett, that guy who leaves Timberwolves and then finally he's going to go to a bigger market team and really showcase his skills. I mean, it's too hard to decide right now. I know a big market team like maybe LA once Kobe goes down. I think he can move into it's a better, bigger market guy. Even though he's a shy guy, kind of nobody hears too much about him. I think he can do pretty well in a big market team.
All right, final top story of the week. Darren Williams out 3 games with the Nets. Thoughts on this guy?
Yeah. Darren Williams, he's off to a slow start over there in Nets. A couple games ago, he only had 5 points. I mean, I know he says he likes New Jersey, and I know he can still sign that deal, but I think he misses Utah. I think those fans in Utah were great. I think he really felt like he was a part of something over there in Utah. And I think this year, he knows he's moving to the Nets. It's a down year for them. I think he's looking up to next year, and hopefully he can make a name for himself in New Jersey next year. So
you don't think it's from the injury that he's been down? They have been saying it's been a little bit of a lingering
yeah, I think
issue.
there's been a lingering injury, but when he first got traded, he didn't have that injury. So, but he's been kind of off these last couple of games. But maybe that was due to the injury. Maybe he did have the injury prior to that.
All right, that's about all we have for the first part of the pitch. We still have much more on the way. Not much more, a little more. NBA,
Yeah, it's
NHL,
a
MLB.
week pro sports this week.
Yeah.
It's
All
not
right.
a March Madness, but.
So we will see you in part 2.